Hello and welcome friends, this is Guroja and we're playing Vampire the Masquerade Swansong tonight. This game is available on Epic Games Store, not Steam, so check out this game on Epic Games. Okay, today is 19th of May 2022 and we're playing this game, this brand new game together. I know the Vampire the Masquerade world. It is World of Darkness, known as World of Darkness, and it's a dark, bloody vampire world, and it is famous as a role-playing, tabletop role-playing game like Dungeons and Dragons and the other tabletop platforms. So this game is based on role-playing, dialogues, and choices. The choices you make changes everything. So the choices are important in this game. It's not an action game, but it's a role-playing game focused on role-playing and your characters. So do not expect some action stuff in this game. It's not for action. If you want some action about vampires in a World of Darkness world, you may play Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt game. It is an Battle Royale FPS or Battle Royale third-person shooter game. But this is somehow story-based and a slow game, but based on characters and dialogues. Okay, so before we start, let me explain. Let me warn you about something. You need to change the sounds, and with the apply button is the start button on controller. I'm playing this game on controller, so you need to increase, for example, the music and apply this way. So do not forget to check the changes, or you play the options as default. Okay, so let's start a new game. Yeah, a new game. We are a vampire in Boston City. Boston court is in turmoil. A code red alert has been issued, which means a major crisis has occurred. Leisha and Caleb are summoned by the prince. 4th of September 2019, 11 p.m. We are at Prince's quarters. This game is story-based, role-playing, and it's a slow-paced game. The game progress is somehow slow, and I will stop and describe about the game lore, about the World of Darkness lore. This is an educational and story-based and lore-based video. Okay, so let's start. World of Darkness is a unique vampire concept. There are some rules in this game. I'm gonna describe everything that I know about this world and the game. So let's start. This is a long story. Vampires walk among us. Unknowing, we have built their cities, fought their wars, and sated their hunger. For centuries, these creatures have been organized into rival sects, the largest of which is the Camarilla. Yeah, the Camarilla is the mainstream vampire group. In its domains, Camarilla courts enforce the Masquerade, a global conspiracy hiding the existence of vampires from the mortal world. Breaking the Masquerade is punishable by final death. Yeah, they are undercover organization, the vampires. In Boston, vampire factions have long been at each other's throats. After much conflict, Hazel Iverson, the new prince, has sealed a fragile pact with a group of blood sorcerers known as Hartford Chantry. Yeah, there is always a prince upon the vampire community, in Camarilla. This alliance will not only provide stability to the domain, but will hand the prince the blood trade, the trafficking of blood and mortal victims that serves the needs of the vampire elite. Tonight the undead will celebrate. So the prince rule all the Camarilla vampire community, and there are anarchy groups that do not accept the Camarilla and the prince.
I'll just get this going. There.
And there are some clans like
We're all set.
Bruja, Toreador, Gangrel, etc. And they are all Camarilla,
What do you see?
and the prince rules them all.
I don't know.
Okay. Try this.
The prince is
Focus
their
on
leader.
your vision.
So the prince, he or princess, she, tries to make the order
It's too late now.
among vampire community. He is the order and law. And sometimes he cannot he cannot succeed. He cannot succeed to make peace, law and order. So clans fight each other. This is called jihad, an Islamic word, ironically in a vampire fantasy. So there are different clans, different characteristics, different strengths,
Take your stuff.
advantages
We're getting out of
and
here.
disadvantages, strengths and weaknesses, and different specialties. So this is the prince
We've got a problem.
or princess.
Call them back.
This is a red called, an urgent alarm. She calls all the elite vampires to her court. A new member for vampire community, Shu Feng.
It's the prince. We must go quickly.
She has been embraced, aka becoming a new member in vampire society, vampirized maybe.
Come on.
Yeah, there are some
Damn it.
keywords.
Hurry up. Calm down. Maybe
M.M. Lewis, rebellious
You know
star.
full
That
well I was in charge of it.
that rose
If
is the
anything
symbol
goes
of
wrong, it's my head on the
Toreador
chopping
clan.
block.
Toreadors are
Damn it! It
artists
took months to convince
and
the Hartford Chantry to ally themselves with us.
artistic
so they finally
people,
accept, and then bam.
art
Code
lovers,
Red. There's never been a Code Red in Boston.
and
damn it.
charismatic
This
vampires.
has gotta be bad, MM.
So, let me explain all the things. By the way, this game has a concept of another famous game named Console. The same system, maybe the developers are the same or they use the same system. So I know this game, I have played this game before, and I know it's the basics. So I'm trying to explain it. Dialogue, skills. In a dialogue, some answers require the use of your skills. Your skill level is compared with that of your opponent. The higher ratings wins. You cannot use a skill if its rating is 0. So the upper left corner, it writes 12. So this is your willpower, and using a skill consumes your willpower. If your opponent wins, you gain a free willpower at the end of the dialogue. So you need to have a higher rating to succeed. So there are two options. We can use psychology or persuasion. So On the left you see that that girl, our character. And by the way, we have 3 main characters in the game. We will see them all after some time, and we play all of them, and in order. We're gonna play them in order. Okay, has 2 points and Journey Atkins has 1. Success rate is 100%, and if we try to persuade him, if we try to use our persuasion skills, its success chance is 0.0%. So we're gonna try to use our psychologic, and we will say she has nothing to hide. Yeah, it's success. It's something like rolling the dice.
I'm sure.
You don't get it. I was in charge of organizing the party.
But security is Jara's problem.
Yeah,
normally.
except Jara is a member of the Primogen. I'm not.
But you're a harpy. The prince will cover you. You know she's always looking for an excuse to take him down a notch.
We'll see.
What do we do next?
When everyone's safe, we move on to phase 2. We clean house.
Alright, in the screen you see the things. These are the main quests, questions about the main quests. These are the lore questions. So we ask her that what the Code Red is.
Did you say this is the first Code Red in Boston?
Ever since the fall of London, protocol is no longer a laughing matter.
Whatever. They've been harping on that for 4 years now. They took away our internet access. Our smartphones.
It's called risk mitigation, that's all. A code red is an alarm signal that's sent to everyone to say,
yeah, it's a red alarm.
We're all in danger. And everyone runs to shelter at the nearest safe house. For us, it's with the prince. It could have been worse.
I'd have preferred worse.
You're not even listening to me.
We clean house.
What do you mean by we clean house?
Getting rid of our archives, our documents, anything that might betray our network and relationships.
Yeah, the vampire community need to secure themselves, so they live a stealthy way of life. They live in underground. They do not expose themselves, and this is a secret for human community. They live in human community, they live among them, and sometimes in the upper classes, maybe they are CEOs of some companies, or known and famous artists or actresses, but they keep that their vampire profile as a secret, okay? And by the way, sorry for my English, I cannot describe
Come on, tell me.
the old things that I'd like to
We
say.
leave everything behind and we go into hiding, as far from here as we can.
There's no way I'm leaving Boston. Everything I have is right here in the city. It took me years to build my clubs. I've worked too hard to give it up now.
You won't have a choice. I know you hate coming here. Are you gonna be alright?
What do you think? I know how to behave, Jay.
Yeah, I know.
So this is a role-playing game, and
cool,
it
and it'll be fine.
concentrates on the characters, the choices, the backgrounds
Ah,
of the
my
characters.
little darlings. You're here at last. The fear
Ooh, what a
that
beauty.
something horrible had happened to you terrified me.
No call for theatrics, April.
Yeah, by the way, that button, select button, is the menu, and you can see the info about them. These are three main characters: Lewis, Caleb, and Leisha. And in the Camarilla vampire community personals here, people here, April Bosley. Alright, then we can check Codex, some concepts from Swansong game and World of Darkness. Yeah, these are all the lore stuff. You can see the clans, what the clan is in a World of Darkness. And there are 3 distinct clans. For example, Brua, the learned clan, Rebel, Revolutionists, and the rebels in the streets. Yeah, this clan, Caitiff clan, and Gangrel. They are animals, beasts, ferals. Malkavian, they are lunatics, crazy vampires. And Nosferatu, the ugly guys, ugly vampires. Clan of Hidden and Silver Rats, real underground vampires. Toreador, Clan of the Rose and Divas, they are artists, singers, and obsessed with love, perfection, and the art. And Tremere, usurpers and warlocks, you may see them as vampire mages. They are masters of blood magic and dark magic. And Ventru, the clan of kings, blue bloods. They are the prince and princess. They are the leaders, natural leaders of the community, both human and vampires. So they are aristocrats. Okay, so this is the clan's lore. And sects: Camarilla, Prince, Red Sloan, and Primogen. What is a Primogen? Representatives of major Camarilla factions in the area. Whether they are clan elders or a gathering of those who hold the largest hunting grounds, they speak directly to the prince, who will do the best by listening to their advice. More than one lord has been ousted by their own council. So there is an upper class in vampire community. They rule all the vampires. They control the everything, and they control how the vampires acts among the human. So you cannot drink blood of a human in a crowded place, in a community, in an open way, in public. So you need to be stealthy. You must do this in underground or in a dark place, you know. So you need to be careful. If you don't obey those rules, you disobey the Masquerade rule, and you may be killed. So what is the other sect? It's Anarchs, and in this game there's a Baron in this game, and in the tabletop RPG World of Darkness, there are some vampire clans and communities, except the Camarilla, and they do not obey the rules. So there are wars between, there's a war between Camarilla clans and the others. So World of Darkness, yeah, you can see some things here. These beast. What is a beast? It's an hunger situation. If you need some blood, and if you don't drink blood, you may be some crazy. You may have some rage. and Blood Bond, Blush of Life, Vessel, Cutlery, Diablerie, Embrace, Final Death, Generation, Goal, Hunger, Kindred, Masquerade, Hartford, Chantry, Retainer, the Institute. I advise you to open those menus and read all the things, all the stuff to make a better role performance and know the lore of the game and lore of Vampire the Masquerade and World of Darkness. So these are the talents menu. Talents increases your abilities. Each talent is tied to a specific action. Repeating these actions will progressively unlock tiers of a talent. So these are skills. There are 3 skills, and in the middle it is discipline, and in the right there are 4 skills. These are ascetic, controlled hunt, beastly hunt, and rat eater. And what are all these about? Let's read all these. When you upgrade, you open a new tier, and when you get the upper tiers you get better bonuses. So what is this? Threatening. Using the intimidation skill increases its effectiveness. That means when you intimidate in your role as role playing, if you intimidate the people or the vampires, you upgrade your tiers. So it's about using the skills. You get bonuses as you use those skills. So if you have an intimidation character, you can do this, or you can use your persuasion skills. You can persuade the other characters, or using psychology. Psychology is about trying to know the thoughts of your enemies or friends. Try to read their mind. It's about this. And discipline is using the presence. Discipline increase its effectiveness. It's in the middle of the thing. And the hunt, it's about your playing way. And complete a quest without having hunted any prey. Feed on prey without killing it. It's a stealthy way. Feed on prey and killing it. It's a beastly hunt. You don't care about the lives of vampires or your enemies or no one. It's a chaotic way. And feed from a rat. And some vampires prefer not to drink the blood from humans, and they only feed from a rat. That's not an that's an option. You don't need to. You don't have to feed from a rat. But some vampires don't prefer feeding from human, and they just feed from a rat. Okay, so this is about your gameplay. Gameplay changes everything. Your choices change everything. This is a dialogue based, story based role-playing game, and this is a true role-playing game because your choices are important. So this menu is important. We will
I wouldn't dilly-dally if I were you. As for you, Journey,
check
someone's
those
code red.
menus
If anything has happened
later
over there, I'll hold you
very
personally
often.
responsible.
So, dialogue and disciplines. Vampires have supernatural abilities usually inherited from their clan. Disciplines. Some disciplines can be used in dialogues. As with skill, the higher level wins. Not all disciplines are available to all vampires. Some mortals may possess certain powers, although most have no defense against disciplines. So, there's another thing. Hunger. You need some blood. And when you use some skills, you get more hungry or something like that. Using a discipline generates hunger, has a value that cannot be exceeded. This limits a vampire's use of their powers. A vampire at their hunger limit risks losing control, attacking and feeding on the closest mortal. Yeah, that is the beast situation that I tried to describe before. Alright. Presence and persuasion. I cannot choose this. It's gray. And we cannot do. And just look at her eyes. Here. I can't do anything. And if you choose presence, I try to flatter April. And look at that. has 1 point. And April Bosley, my opponent, has 3 points, so my success rate is 0%. But the other option is closed, so I just try to use my presence skills and lose. Yeah, that's a failure.
You know, back in the day, nobody could bat an eyelash without you knowing about it.
You must know exactly what Jay is being blamed for, don't you?
Yeah, by the way, vocals are so
I do.
nice.
I adore you. Really, I do.
Dialogues
But,
too.
darling, please. You're way out of your league here. This alliance with the Hartford Chantry is crucial.
Yeah, you may check Hartford Chantry, the new thing. When a new thing unlocked, the game remembers you. Try to make you remember this lore, so you can check it later.
The prince is on edge. We can't get through to anyone over there.
What does this have to do with Jay?
She was in charge of the whole thing, for goodness sake. Listen, both of you.
Yeah, trait menu.
From now on, I don't
We're
want to
gonna
hear another
check
word
this
out of
later.
either of you. The prince is furious. Journey, you're coming with me.
I don't see why.
And as for you, Hazel wants to see you. Right now.
Yeah, this is the start of the game. You can check Codex, Boston, and traits. Yeah, that one, trait menu. Traits are positive or negative effects that influence the abilities of character in question. Traits are only revealed once they have been earned, as the result of an action, a character's choice, or a consequence. Yeah, you see below there are hunger and suspicion stats. Hunger level, whether low or high, confers temporary traits that affect the character's ability. So you need to drink blood to get avoided about that. And the second one is suspicion. As it rises, the suspicion rating creates more negative traits that increase the difficulty faced by the character. So if the suspicion rating gets upper, that means your success rate gets lower, so you get more failure results. Alright, and that's a trait. We get that right now on scene 1, Princess Quarters. has encountered others more powerful than her. For now, something to strengthen her mind for future challenges. And what is the effect of this trait? It is -10 to the next experience cost for the mental attribute. It's about just the cost of mental attribute decrease 10 points. So it's just about mental attributes, not the other attributes. So you have keep that in your mind before you use that.
Miss Lewis, welcome.
Yeah, it looks like a Masquerade, as you can see. I cannot run in the screen. And these are the other vampires.
Who's she, Caleb?
Mem Lewis.
She smiles like a toreador.
Letters etched in bold right upon her teeth.
What about that bearded guy who's swallowing his bile?
Dejan Siaka.
A Tremere warlock, then?
Keep him at a healthy distance. With a sideward glance.
Yeah,
he could
this is
make
the other
blood
main
in your
character,
veins
Caleb
boil.
Bazery.
Is court attendance usually this sparse?
He's a toreador, a natural born leader. And there are some dialogue options. There are usually more of us.
Under ordinary circumstances, there would be more of us here.
Is it because of the Code Red?
Could be. We should have all been at that party. But a Code Red is a Code Red. No one can leave. I'd hate to be Caius right about now.
Why?
And the
He's
Nosferatu
second
guy.
honcho of house security. This promises to be a busy night.
I know what you mean. It's one thing to have been told that the Nosferatu don't age well. It's another thing to see it for yourself.
It's by no fault of their own.
Do you think you'll be able to ask the prince tonight if you can embrace me?
Yeah, embrace
Now is
someone
the
means
moment
make him or her a new vampire.
Is your
A
child?
welcome to the
time.
vampire
Mr.
community.
Beryl Underwood.
Shortly biting and drinking blood of someone, a real human. He's one of the members of the Primogen.
Tread lightly. He's a member of the Primogen.
They're the check to
Primogen.
the prince's power.
The check and balance. They backed Hazel when she rose to power after Quentin King. They'd hoped to control her.
What? Things didn't go as planned?
I just have a feeling she will surprise them. Never forget that
By the way, you
court
are
is a
learning
chessboard. We are
the
monsters, and we sacrifice pawns.
upper class of vampires,
If you want to be a mage,
their
then
history
behave
and their
accordingly.
community
But
Nothing can
as
happen
you
to
play the
here.
game.
We're in the prince's house. She must be finished by now. Wait for me. This won't take long.
It's out of the question, MM. I won't let her get away with this.
All right. Calm down, Dejan.
Where's Journey?
What's it to you?
Don't start with me. She was in charge of the party. She has to take
Yeah,
responsibility
new character
for this.
unlocked,
Leave
Dejan
her out of
Siaka.
it.
It's too late for that. Don't waste your time covering for her. She's not a kid anymore. I haven't heard from my child, and no one's able to get through to them over there.
Go on then. Go and save Imani and stop wasting your breath.
There are rules. Need I remind you? We're all stuck here.
You're such a good boy.
You'll never change.
Dejan!
What? Oh, come on, Hilda, she needs to grow up.
Oh, Hilda. And that's the MILF vampire, right? A red
I
hat
don't need your help.
Ma'am,
mother.
please.
Stop calling me that.
I was worried about you.
You still haven't moved on, have you? You're always getting in my way.
lower your voice. People are staring.
Dialogue. Focus. Focus always you to temporarily increase a skill by 1 or 2 levels. The more you increase your focus, the more willpower cost increases. To be focused, a skill must have a minimum score of 1 point. Disciplines or knowledge cannot be focused. Yeah, that's important. Disciplines and knowledge cannot be focused. That means we can use focus to upgrade and we can increase our chance, our success rate. If the skill or discipline levels are the same, the outcome of the conflict is uncertain. The chance of victory can be influenced by a number of bonuses or penalties, as well as spending experience points. So we try to increase it. By the way, we cannot use intimidation against her. I think she is more powerful in that discipline or skill than us. So it is useless to try to intimidate her. So we're gonna try our rhetoric skills, and we're gonna focus. So now it looks like our success rate is 100%. We got 3 points and she got 2 points. So we're gonna say her, does she know anything about the code red? And she uses focus, and now it's same, and 30% tie. We roll the dice and it's failure. So our opponents can use that focus. Your opponents can also focus their own skills. Unlike you, focus only allows them to increase their skill level by 1 level. Player behavior. The risk of opponent focus is represented by a percentage. The more aggressive you are, skill focus, use of disciplines, the more risk of opponent focus increases.
Do you know what this code red is all about? You're in the Primogen. You must know something.
I'm in the same boat as the rest of you. Apparently it was from one of Moore's retainers. That's all I know.
Who's that?
Jason Moore. Don't you remember him? He's the human who manages our interests when the sun comes up. He handles our assets, errands with the banks.
What does he have to do with this?
I don't know. It now seems that Miss Hazel Iverson, the mighty Prince of Boston, is no longer on speaking terms with the Primogen. As if now were the ideal time.
She asked to see me. Do you know why?
My best guess is that she'd like to talk to you about Journey, of course. I always warned you that girl was trouble.
Yeah, sure. I've gotta go. Hazel must be upstairs. I'd better hurry.
I'd better hurry.
What about Jara? I haven't seen her.
Councillor Drury is not here, nor is Dr. Dunham. Mr. Leto's teams are trying to reach them, but...
Nobody's answering?
No. Did you want something?
You're wasting time.
Yeah. And what about her?
Hey, Abby.
Abby.
Hey, Ma'am.
What does she know about the code red?
Abby, do you know what's going on?
I'm sorry, but I can't.
Please? I feel like I've been plopped down in the middle of a minefield.
There are rumors about Journey. Rumors about how this is all her fault. Did you know that Jay was in charge of the party?
Shit. I bet she's gonna take the fall for whatever happened.
I don't think she's involved, but we've got to be on our guard.
So, okay. And this is the running button. Alright, let's talk to him.
Ma'am, we haven't seen you here in ages now, have we?
And I'm out of here as soon as I can.
It's not like I'm doing everything I can to stay the hell away from here.
Blunt and to the point, as usual. With a bit of luck, your suffering will be over soon. How's business these days?
Why? You want to invest?
Don't tempt me.
Yeah. If I use rhetoric, it is useless because my success rate is 0% and he got a focus bonus 20%, so it's impossible. So my clubs aren't profitable enough for him.
I'm shocked to think you put so much as a penny into one of my clubs. They don't bring in enough for your taste, Beryl.
You're right. I'm not interested in them. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone. I'm waiting for Caleb.
Okay, dude. So you can check the show and you can read the calls. Answer Princess summons.
Let me know if you hear anything.
Okay. Go to the princess floor.
What a shitty night.
Okay, it's
Hazel
done.
must be pissed.
And answer the princess summons. Okay, this will be a walkthrough series for the game.
What the hell could she want with me?
I hope you will like that series. That series of this game. This video is a review of this game and the beginner's guide. A welcome to the world of darkness and the vampire world. Vampire the Masquerade world. I'm gonna play the game and describe the things. Give the lores to the viewers. So keep in touch. Leisha, unstable seer. Yeah, she's a Malkavian. Malkavians are
Nothing, Pumpkin.
psychos,
What were you
lunatics.
You saw pictures again? You're not going back to the Institute, are you?
No, don't fret. I'm gonna stay here with you now.
I don't like it when Richard takes you away.
He's my psychiatrist. He's helping me so I can be with you.
Mom has a little trouble sometimes. Remember?
I see things that haven't happened yet. And I forget others.
Look at her eyes.
Yes, I know. And you have to slumber so you can rest all alone
They are
sometimes.
different.
But 3 years was too long.
I have missed her so much.
It seemed like an eternity without you.
I missed you too, Mom.
I need my sweet little monster.
Mom? What's going on? Why does everybody look so upset?
I think something serious is happening. I'm worried. I still haven't seen Richard. I looked for him so he could explain, but he can't be found.
So, what do we do now?
I was told to wait here because Hazel wants to see us.
There are grown-ups coming, and your mother needs to talk to them.
Oh, then I'll go hide, because grown-ups talk to me too much.
If you want, sweetie. But don't wander off. Go on.
Show me what you do to make sure no one spots you.
Okay, here I go.
She teleports himself. That's nice.
Leisha. It's been a while. Hey, MM.
Oh. All of our
When did
main
you get out?
characters here.
Just tonight. Hazel wanted to see me.
That means she's extremely worried about the situation.
That, or she's a major drama queen.
She should show the prince more respect.
I know that you knew her before, but she's the leader of Boston now. You owe her respect before everyone.
Yeah, that's the
and in
role
every
playing.
circumstance. She is your prince.
Are you lecturing me? First Siaka, now you.
He stays loyal
Why won't anybody give me a break tonight?
Maybe you
to his prince.
Or maybe if you behaved in a manner more appropriate to the circumstances and our setting, then you'd better understand why everyone is so nervous.
He's got no business lecturing me.
Stop it right there, Bazori. Don't take that tone with me. I choose what lessons to take.
We must all remain calm
And
and
I
accept any help we can get,
Act
even from the most
as an
unusual
aggressor character.
Surprising to hear, coming from a blue blood. At least your certainties
as
come from a more
MM
solid source
when
than
I
prophecy from
play
a
as
child in
MM.
Markov.
You don't know what you're talking about.
All I'm saying is that whatever the problem is, your hallucinations aren't gonna help us solve it.
MM can believe whatever she wants. I don't care.
And yet, many of the things I saw ended up happening. Quentin King's
And she's a lunatic, Leisha.
rise to power. Your breakup with
She's a
Hazel too.
Malkavian.
But you're probably right.
Malkavian clan
It's just
lunatic.
Hazel and her flair for the dramatic.
Only time will tell.
So don't accept wise things from her.
Ladies, sir, the prince shall see you now.
Alright. So, MM Lewis, rebellious star, the diva who lights up Boston's nights, but bringing light into a world of darkness can be perilous. MM knows this, but she doesn't care. Choose a profile. There are investigator, jack of all trades, veteran, or free profiles. Profile that focuses on knowledge and skills that allows you to go undercover, extort, or steal information. This is investigation. I can choose jack of all trades. It allows for a maximum number of interactions but with less mastery. Or a veteran allows you to use the character's aura in conversations. Or a free, I will choose investigator profile here. And character sheet. At the start of a scene, previously earned experience points can be spent to improve character's abilities. These abilities are divided in two areas, the character sheet and the discipline sheet. And let's check out attributes. Each attribute affects a specific list of skills and disciplines. Attributes increase the chance of victory in a case of tie. Improving them also decreases willpower, cost of focus. Knowledge. The use of knowledge skills do not have a willpower cost. They cannot be improved by using focus. Let's see those in here. And this is discipline menu. Contains the disciplines the character possesses. Experience points invested in a discipline increase the level and can provide additional powers. Discipline powers can be passive and may be used in a dialogue or in an exploration. Okay, let's check the character menu first. Name of our character MM Lewis, our clan Toreador, and available experience, the points for upgrading, and 3 attribute schools, maybe the physical, social, and mental. You can see the other things. Skills. Physical is about intimidation, social is about rhetoric and persuasion, and mental is about psychology. And exploration, technology, and at the knowledge there are deduction and education. Okay, and we got 2 points in that deduction and 1 point for rhetoric, persuasion, psychology, and technology. You can see the description and read them on the right side of the screen. The costs for the need to upgrade, that how many points you need. Okay, so I got 0 available points. I cannot upgrade anything right now. And in this discipline screen, the second one, there are 3 main skills: Auspex, Presence, and Celerity. You can read the description. At this time we don't have any available experience. When we got some, we read all of them and try to describe you, try to tell you which one is better. But you need to choose your way, and you will role play, so you have to choose the best skills for your role-playing acting style or type. Okay, now I'm gonna apply and game automatically saves, and right now I'm gonna end the game here. I'm gonna go back to main menu, and I can continue from here later. I got tired, so I hope you like the game. I will continue playing. I want to make a good Swansong series for this game, so keep following our channel, subscribe my channel please, and you may write some comments about this game, about the vampires or World of Darkness, and maybe the other Vampire Masquerade games if you have played before. And thank you for watching, and see you later, friends.